KXO El Centro, California.
I'm Taylor Bishotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. NFL insider Ian Rappaport reporting that the 49ers have been receiving inquiries about teams possibly trading for quarterback Trey Lance. The team did make it clear that they were not making calls about Lance, who was the number 3 overall pick in the 2021 draft and had his season cut short last season when he broke his right ankle in week 2. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa sustained multiple concussions last year and Wednesday had his first news conference since his last one on Christmas that ended his 2022 season. Tua admits he considered walking away from the game after the season, saying he had considered for a time, but it would be really hard for him to walk away from the game. Last day for teams to bring in draft prospects for visits before next week's draft. Some of the notable meetings Wednesday: C.J. Stroud with the Falcons, Anthony Richardson with the Ravens, and Will Anderson with the Seahawks. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Hurry and shop the final days of SpringFest at Lowe's. Ready to get started on your spring planting? Right now, get select Bonnie 19.3-ounce vegetables and herbs, 3 for $12. Save on indoor updates, too, with up to 40% off select bathroom faucets and vanities. Shop Lowe's today, because Lowe's knows spring. Valid through 4/26. Bonnie offer available in-store only. Actual plant size varies. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last.
Omaha Steaks Burger Perfection Flight, made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks, rewrites the book on burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code HOT at checkout for an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping when you order the $79.99 Burger Perfection Flight. A fantastic array of pure ground steak on a bun burger greatness. For $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight, use promo code HOT at checkout at omahasteaks.com and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Well, good day, sunshine. It's a Thursday, 20th day of April, 2023. I'm Carroll. I have no idea where Gene is. Actually, I do. Yes. Gene will be at the Career Day event at Imperial Valley College. And, well, he's polishing his boots and getting a haircut. Yeah, so he will look good for that. So what's going on in the world? Lots of things, and we'll tell you about it. Coming up, a look at world and California news. Local news, we'll let you know what's going on around the neighborhood. Sports, financial news, in depth with the weather. And, well, for the next week, according to the National Weather Service, it's going to be very, very nice. Well, yeah, it will be a little bit warm in the daytime, but cooling off beautifully in the evening. And, well, that's always good. So, have you heard? Are you going to go to the beach? I'd be careful. Hundreds of strange jellyfish-like creatures have been washing ashore on Southern California beaches. Yeah, all sorts of things have been washing up in Malibu. Well, yeah, just a few days ago, a dazed and confused Jack Nicholson floated ashore. Yeah. Oh, well. And today, it's April 20th. We mentioned that, didn't we? 420, also known as Marijuana Day. So smoke 'em if you got 'em, or if you're Snoop Dogg, as you were. Yeah, okay. Just, is this a reason to celebrate? I'm not so sure. Anyway, and looking back on this date in 1912, Dracula author Bram Stoker died at the age of 64. Or did he? Yeah. Oh, well, it could be. Anyway, let's see. Rick Allen, the drummer of Def Leppard, is recovering after being attacked after a recent concert in Florida. In a bedside interview, he said, "The altercation was horrible." Yeah, but I figure it's not quite as horrible as their song, Love Bites. Yeah, not one of my favorites. Okay, nor is Def Leppard. Okay, give me credence. Let's celebrate some big shot birthdays today. Actor George Takei from Star Trek, Lieutenant Sulu, Z Lieutenant, Yeah, okay. He's 86. He is also a cultural icon. Singer Johnny Tillotson is 85. Actor Ryan O'Neal. Did he do anything other than Love Story? He's 82. We mentioned Craig Frost, keyboardist for Grand Funk Railroad, 75. Grand Funk Railroad, it's a takeoff on the old Grand Trunk Railroad in the Midwest. Actor Veronica Cartwright is 74. Actor Jessica Lange is 74, still hanging out around the Empire State Building. Actor Clint Howard, Ron Howard's little brother, is 64. Actor Crispin Glover, 59. Actor Andy Serkis, 59. Actor Shamar Moore, 53. Actor Carmen Electra, 51. Actor Joey Lawrence is 47. Actor Clayne Crawford, 45. Actor Tim Joe is 39. Actor Carlos Valdez is 34. Local birthdays coming up.
CBS News is brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
My name is Josephine Conway, and I'm an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially among those struggling to find their next meal. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Join the fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online today at www.ivfoodbank.org.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Joshua Garcia, Lexi Calderon, Lorraine Bynum, Caden Coda, Ricky Ricker, Viva Mesa, Bill Livesey, Denise Alvarado, Daniel Pacheco, Kyla Aguilera, Eric Hunt, Silvana Zuida, Miguel Valenzuela, Victor Torres, Corky Johnson, Sam Deal, JJ Cruz, Corina Ortiz, Danette Herrera, Serena Alvarez, Aaron Sanders, Griselda Juarez, Maria Torres, Pam Beal, Richie Granados, Samantha Martinez, and Samantha Morta. Happy birthday from KXO. Well, we mentioned we've got to look at world and California news coming up. Local news, are you ready for this? What? Over 5 million fentanyl pills seized? Yeah, what, 3.5 million. Okay, 3.5 million fentanyl pills? Yeah, that's a whole bunch of stuff. And, well, one more look back in history. On this date in 1864, Congress issued a mandate calling for all U.S. minted coins to bear the inscription, "In God We Trust." Yeah, well, of course, today, for people under 30, it's now, "In Smartphone We Trust." Yeah, the times, they have changed. Okay, let's see. We've got news. We're going to jump in with a look at world and California news headlines. Are you ready, Gene? Yeah, he said yes. It's all brought to you by, okay, yeah. Let me finish this, Gene. It's World in California news headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News special report. Wild cheering at a SpaceX launch site in southern Texas quickly turns to groans. The company's massive new Starship rocket blasted off on its maiden test flight only to blow up. Minutes later, it was unmanned. CBS News space consultant Bill Harwood.
You know, the rocket did take off, which was a major accomplishment. It cleared the tower. It appeared that a few of the 33 first-stage engines were not firing. Not clear if that's a malfunction or intentional.
It's not clear what caused the failure, but all in all, Harwood says,
maybe a successful failure is one way to put it. I mean, you know, it's the first flight of a rocket this big, biggest rocket ever built, and the fact that they got it up at all was fairly impressive.
SpaceX hopes to use Starship to send people and cargo to the moon and eventually to Mars. NASA has reserved one for its next moonwalking team. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. The suspect in that deadly crash in Thousand Oaks that left a 15-year-old dead and 3 other high school students injured is due in court today. Police explaining what leads them to believe Austin Ice intentionally drove into the victims.
I can tell you we look at things of like driving patterns, statements of other witnesses about what his actions were prior to and during.
Police Commander Jeremy Paris, 15-year-old Wesley Welling was killed. A vigil in his honor last night at a nearby church. Sacramento Airport briefly on lockdown Wednesday night after reports of a man with a gun in a parking garage. Amar Gandhi with the sheriff's office.
That driver then fired 2 shots. The deputies backed away, called for more support. Ultimately, what happened is they discovered that he had shot himself. He was alone in the car.
No one else was injured. No word on the man's identity. Oakland Athletics agreed to buy land in Las Vegas to build a 35,000-seat stadium near the Strip. The goal is to start construction next year, move in by 2027. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Imagine it's the last ride, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are taking you for a ride. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about treating it with Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
It's page 1 of the local news. Page 1, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. You will find 3 locations in the valley, 4 if you count wherever you are, because they have a mobile van service. You'll find Quick Lane brick and mortar locations at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. Imperial Valley College is hosting Career Education Expo 2023, an opportunity to learn about services available on the IVC campus and IVC career education pathways. And it is today. It'll run from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. today. You can contact IVC Career Services Center. The event is free and it is open to anyone. We'll expect intermittent lane closures on Interstate 8. George Gale has more.
It begins tonight. Caltrans crews will close lanes on eastbound Interstate 8 from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. For bridge rehabilitation. Closures are part of the ongoing Caltrans project to upgrade several bridge decks on Interstate 8. The work includes resurfacing the bridge deck, replacing bearings and bridge hinge locations, as well as replace approach slabs, defective guardrails, and seismic bearings. Traffic control will be in place during the work hours. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, a woman was arrested early Wednesday morning and charged with arson. El Centro Fire Department responded to a report of a fire in the 1100 block of North Imperial Avenue at about 1:30 a.m. Wednesday. Firefighters observed a woman walking away from the scene of the fire. El Centro police were able to contact the 37-year-old woman. She was arrested and booked into Imperial County Jail, charged with arson. KXO News Time, 7:43.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Well, it's a Holtville Farmers Market and Street Fair. George Gale has more.
It is their Farmers Market and Street Fair. It'll be held this evening at Holt Park from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. They will feature all the traditional farmers market items and activities during the street fair. There will also be live music by the band Big Bad Wolf. Entrance is free and everybody is invited. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And Saturday, the Drug Enforcement Administration's National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. It's a chance to rid your medicine cabinet of unneeded and unwanted medication. There'll be a collection site at the Starbucks on South 4th in El Centro from 10 till 2. KXO's Tracy Lyon Ramirez will be broadcasting live from the site from 10 till noon. By the way, Yuma residents have a collection site at the Sheriff's Office Foothills Substation on South Frontage Road. That's it for page one of the local news. Page one, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Page two of the local news and weather, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. Check out their daily lunch specials. By the way, the dinner menu featuring 16 different entrees. K Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial. A load manifested as green beans contained more than 3,500,000 fentanyl pills. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry found the drugs Monday evening. According to CBP, a tractor-trailer with a shipment manifested as green beans entered the port. During an initial inspection, a CBP officer referred the driver and cargo for an intensive agricultural inspection. The trailer was scanned and irregularities were noticed. A detector dog also alerted to the load. Officers were able to locate 308 packages concealed in the green beans. The packages contained over 776 pounds of fentanyl, more than 3.5 million pills, with a street value of over $21 million. The 48-year-old man driving the truck was turned over to Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Well, it's an evening with a local author. George Gale has more.
It is this Friday. The East Indian Gallery of Pioneers Museum is inviting the public to join them for an evening with author Rishi Reddy. It will be held at 6:30 p.m. this Friday. Her novel, Passage West, was published in 2020 and was award-winning. It is a work of historical fiction inspired by the challenges and triumphs of the early families who left Punjab, India, to make new lives in the Imperial Valley. The novel begins in 1914. The event is free and open to the public. The East Indian Gallery will be providing a taste of India with hors d'oeuvres and light refreshments as the author discusses her novel and the research involved in the preparation of her award-winning novel. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And you can meet the Salton Sea Management Program team today. The team will discuss an overview of the recently released 2023 annual report, and participants will learn about projects underway and current planning efforts for future Salton Sea projects. The workshop, held at the Torres Martinez Desert Cahuilla Indians Temenco Gym in Thermal, the workshop, available via Zoom, teleconference, or webinar. And you can go to the County of Imperial Facebook page for more information. And a downtown El Centro Merchants meeting scheduled. George Gale has more.
It is being held this morning. City of El Centro is holding the meeting. It is to discuss issues within the downtown area. Meeting is being held at the old Post Office Pavilion, 230 South 5th Street in El Centro, beginning at 9 a.m. If you need more information, contact the El Centro Community Development Department. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
K Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates Sushi Rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous Sake Bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingon. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at K Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at KSushiBarandGrill.com.
According to the National Weather Service, under mostly sunny skies, seasonably warm temperatures will steadily climb as we move toward the weekend. The Imperial and Yuma valleys will reach the mid-80s today, with low to mid-90s commonplace from Friday through at least Monday. No rain is forecast for the next week to come. 81 our high yesterday, 52 the overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 86. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north this afternoon. Tonight mostly clear, a low around 58. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast. Friday sunny with a high near 92. West-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast. Saturday sunny with a high near 98. West-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming east-northeast in the afternoon. Sunday, sunny with a high near 98. West-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming southeast with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. 57 degrees, 59% relative humidity, wind out of the west, 5 to 7 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, and the weather, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls. Over 50 different varieties of sushi rolls. That's one for every state. We're going to have to hit 51 and come up with one for D.C.
We mark every inch that our kids grow.
Whoa, look how tall you're getting.
And watch them outgrow, well, everything.
This shirt is way too small.
But there's something else that can grow that we don't see. It's what doctors call toxic stress. It's how a child's body responds to difficult experiences, from harsh language to a painful loss. There are steps parents can take to help. Learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress at first5california.com.
It's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action. Yeah, they're in the playoffs, going to be in the playoffs for months and months and months. Well, I mean, that's just the way the NBA works. Anyway, the Grizzlies topped the Lakers 103-93. They're tied at 1 game each. The Bucks and the Heat tied at 1 game each because the Bucks came back and beat the Heat 138-122. And the Denver Nuggets lead the Minnesota Timberwolves 2-0. The Nuggets with a 122-113 win last night. In other news in the world of sports, Rafael Nadal will miss the Madrid Open next week because his recovery from a hip injury is going much slower than expected. And Tiger Woods has surgery on his ankle to address post-traumatic arthritis caused by injuries suffered in that February 2021 car wreck. No word on when or if he will be back on the tour.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Major League Baseball action. Juan Soto with a solo home run. Kind of broke out of his slump a little bit. Nick Martinez pitched 7 strong innings, and the Padres beat the Braves 1-0. Yeah, they scored, and they won. The Yankees nipped the Angels 3-2 in 10 innings. The Rays shut out the Reds 8-0. Guardians edged the Tigers 3-2. Giants and the Marlins went 11 before San Francisco won 5-2. Cardinals beat up on the Diamondbacks 14-5. Phillies over the White Sox 5-2. Rangers ripped up the Royals 12-3. Mets over the Dodgers 5-3. Mets pitcher Max Scherzer tossed for, having something sticky on his glove. That's a no-no. Pirates pounded the Rockies 14-3. Cubs beat up on the Athletics 12-2. Brewers beat the Mariners 5-3. Orioles shut out the Nationals 4-0. Twins topped the Red Sox 10-4. And the Astros outlasted the Blue Jays 8-1. The Oakland Athletics have signed a binding agreement to purchase land near the Las Vegas Strip. That's where they intend to construct a major league ballpark, according to team president Dave Kaval. The agreement is for a 49-acre site owned by Red Rock Resorts, the parent company of Station Casinos. Kaval told the Las Vegas Review-Journal a $1.5 billion, 35,000-seat stadium, only 35,000 seats, with a partially retractable roof would be built on the site. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District thanks you for being a customer and asks for your help. The unauthorized manipulation of electrical equipment, such as meter tampering to steal energy, is extremely dangerous, against the law, and costly, affecting all customers. But you can help by reporting suspicious activity. Contact IID at 760-482-3688 or visit IID.com. Your information will be held in strict confidence. IID, where customers always come first.
And right now, let's take a look at financial news with a brief look at the weather, all brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live-scan fingerprinting to the public. Seagate Technology has agreed to pay a $300 million penalty in a settlement with U.S. authorities for shipping over $1.1 billion worth of hard disk drives to China's Huawei in violation of U.S. export control laws. Seagate sold the drives to Huawei between August 2020 and September 2021, despite an August 2020 rule that restricted sales of certain foreign items made with U.S. technology to the company. Huawei was placed on the Entity List, a U.S. trade blacklist, in 2019 to reduce the sale of U.S. goods to the company amid national security and foreign policy concerns. The penalty represents the latest in a string of actions by Washington to keep sophisticated technology from China that may support its military, enable human rights abuses, or otherwise threaten U.S. security. Seagate shipped 7.4 million drives to Huawei for about a year after the 2020 rule took effect and became Huawei's sole supplier of hard drives, according to the Commerce Department. And Bed Bath & Beyond has stiffed thousands of their workers on severance pay. Laid off workers at shuttered stores early on received severance packages, But as the store continued to shutter brick and mortar locations, the severance plan for full-time workers laid off was withheld, as were 401k retirement savings plan matches, as Bed Bath & Beyond stiffed their employees. Wonder what the top executives made on that. Taking a look at the big board, the Dow off 72 points at 33,824. S&P 500 at 4,137. That's down 17. The NASDAQ off 47 points at 12,110. Gold up $10.20 an ounce. Oil down $1.99 a barrel. U.S. existing home prices fall nearly 1% in March, the biggest drop in a decade.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 86. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 58. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast. Friday will be sunny with a high near 92. West-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast. And right now, downtown El Centro, we're already at 60 degrees with that 53% relative humidity. Wind continues coming out of the west at 5 to 7 miles an hour. Financial news and a brief look at the weather, all brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil in El Centro. Coming up, CBS News on the hour. After that, we've got more of the best oldies on the radio on AM 1230.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
CBS News brought to you this morning by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com. I'm Steve Kafen. A 6-year-old North Carolina girl is among the victims in the latest instance of a shooting that happened after people ended up on someone else's property. And a 24-year-old suspect is the subject of a manhunt.
Jonathan Robertson says simply,
"It's just crazy. Just people are crazy."
He's reacting after a 24-year-old man shot and wounded a 6-year-old and her parents when their basketball rolled into his yard.
So he shot my daddy in the back.
Her 35-year-old dad is in the hospital. Robertson is a neighbor.
We never expected anybody would break a gun out amongst all those kids. I mean, that was just insane.
Robertson says the shooting suspect often yelled at children. Jim Crystal to CBS News, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Now to South Padre Island, Texas. A successful launch of SpaceX's new huge rocket in a test flight with no crew, but then trouble.
The rocket did take off, which was a major accomplishment. It cleared the tower. And then just before 2 minutes into flight, the exhaust plume out of the base of the rocket sort of went asymmetrical. You could tell it was no longer as symmetric as it had been. And a few seconds after that, it started a slow tumble and then exploded. We think the automatic self-destruct system activated.
Our space analyst Bill Harwood says it plunged into the Gulf of Mexico. SpaceX hopes one day to use the 400-foot rocket to send people and cargo to the moon and Mars. At least 2 deaths reported in Oklahoma after storms packing apparent tornadoes tore up homes. Eric Foster of the Highway Patrol is working outside Oklahoma City.
We have to go from place to place and walk up driveways and things like that to search these areas.
President Biden convening a virtual meeting of the major world economies today on energy and climate ahead of a UN conference on global warming at the end of the year.
We all need to show up in Dubai with 2030 targets.
and actions aligned with the Paris temperature goals.
Walkouts planned today at some Florida colleges and high schools to protest Republican Governor Ron DeSantis' education policies on everything from books to discussions on gender identity. Nikki Fried heads up the state's Democratic Party.
The power always resides with the people and is going to be this generation. This is nothing more than a state-mandated censorship and is a direct assault on academic freedom.
North Dakota's Republican governor has signed transgender health restrictions into law. Providers can't give minors gender-affirming care. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 47 points. The NASDAQ is down 50 points, and the S&P is down 16. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
In business, everything your employees do impacts your brand, including what they wear. Cintas has high-performance workplace apparel for almost every job imaginable. From work shirts and pants, to polos and khakis, to Oxfords or T-shirts, these clothes move, breathe, and look great. Your team gets the styles they like, you convey the image you want. And Cintas service includes weekly laundry and delivery. To learn more, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday. Every piece of land has a story. Some write theirs behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island breweries looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Quite a show in the sky down under.
An eclipse witnessed by thousands in the northwest of Australia. And this visitor from New York telling local media he went out of his way to be there.
I'm from the U.S., 42-hour flight.
Local authorities offered precautions.
So we've done a lot of work to make sure that this is a safe experience.
This man says it was breathtaking.
This spectacular event of the moon moving in front of the sun to cause an eclipse just really stirs something in the human psyche.
While the event lasted about 3 hours, totality was just for a minute. Scott Magman for CBS News, Canberra, Australia.
Well, the next solar eclipse next year will be seen here in the U.S. The White House has announced more than $80 million in funding to produce more solar panels and make solar energy available to more people. The goal is by 2025 that 5 million households will have access to community solar, which fits apartments and condos. That's 3 times as many as today. Steve Kafin, CBS News.
My name is Sarah Griffin, and I'm the Executive Director of the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially for those struggling to find their next meal. As a monthly donor, you can help the Imperial Valley Food Bank purchase food in bulk to meet the growing needs of the more than 25,000 people we serve each month at over 30 locations. Even small monthly gifts can go a long way in helping fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley. Please consider giving monthly by donating online at www.ivfoodbank.org.
CBS News presented by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger at Imperial County since 1991. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
I have no words for it. I'm kind of shocked right now, actually.
With Carroll Buckley.
Not that I like it, but I do.
AM 1230 KXO.
1230